questions, they're all just typing it in. All right, the next part is simplifying the radicals. Now, we've done this before. It's been a while, but this is back when we did a little tree. All right, so we're going to break 117 down. And I'm going to first try to divide it by 2. If that doesn't work, because it gives me a decimal, I'm going to try 3. All right, so your go-to numbers that you try to divide are 2, 3, 5, and 7. Normally, one of those guys will work. All right, so 17 breaks down to 3 and 39. All right, so I'm going to try to divide 39 by 3, and it gives me 13. So that breaks down to 3 and 13. And 13 is prime, and you cannot break 13 down. Because this is a square root, we're looking for groups of 2. So I have a group of 2 3s here. This guy's left over. So remember, for every group, you bring one number out. So I'm going to bring a 3 out. It's going to go out on a date with its other 3. It's going to come out here, and the leftover has to stay home, and it's got to stay inside. And then the way that you can check yourself is you can type this in, 3 square root of 13 should give you the same decimal as square root of 117. All right, so I'm going to go down here to this cube root. So same thing, I'm going to break down the cube root. So 250 divided by 2 is 125. And then 125 can break down to 5 and 25. And 25 breaks down to 5 and 5. Because this is a cube root, you're looking for groups of 3. So I have 3 5s and a 2 left over. So if my 5s are going to come out on a date, the negative is going to come out with it. And my leftover 2 is going to hang out on the inside. And if you were to type that in your calculator, it'd give you the same decimal as if you typed in the original one. All right, so same thing here. I'm going to break 320 down. I'm going to divide it by 2. So 2 and 160. Divide that by 2. You get 2 and 80. Divide that by 2. 2 and 40. 2 and 20. 2 and 10. 2 and 5. All right, so we're looking for groups of 2. So I have a group of 2s here, group of 2s here, group of 2s here, with a leftover 5. For every group, you're going to pull one number out, and you're going to multiply them. So I'm going to pull a 2 out for that group, a 2 out for that group, and a 2 out for that group, and the 5 is going to go back on the inside. That 4 is also going to hang out on the outside. And so I'm going to multiply all of those numbers on the outside together. 4 times 2 times 2 times 2. And so on the outside, it's going to be 32. So your final answer is 32 square root of 5. All right, on number 6, my last one here. 2 doesn't break down at all. And so all I can really do on this one is just pull the negative out. So 2 doesn't break down, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Just pull my negative out, and that's all I can do. All right, so that's kind of something that we've done in the past. So the new thing for today is the variables. So square roots, your exponents must be multiples of 2. Cube roots must be multiples of 3. And when in doubt, write them out. All right. So 32, I'm going to break down like I did before. 2 and 16, 2 and 8, 2 and 4, 2 and 2. And it's a square root, so I'm looking for groups of 2. So a group there, 2 left over. So on the outside, I'm going to have 2 and 2, and on the inside, I'm going to have an extra 2. Now for your letters, all right? It's kind of the same thing. I have x to the 4th, so I'm going to write x 4 times. and I'm looking for groups of 2. So I have 1, 2. 2 groups of 2. So on the outside, I'm going to have x squared, nothing left on the inside. And so my final answer is going to be 4x squared, square root of 2. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, I got the cube root of 64. So I'm recognizing 64 as one